Thank you. Linda Fabiani is absolutely right to raise this. The recent figures out show that passenger numbers have fallen at East Kilbride and Hare Myers, but not all stations on the line. And I think that's because the service in East Kilbride is so poor. It stands to reason. So can I ask the Minister, he refers to an independent review and said rather vaguely that that will publish its results soon. What does he mean by soon? Can he be more specific? And when are we going to get an actual answer on when that line is going to be fully dualled and electrified?
Minister.
Well, there's a few parts to his question. What I would say in terms of the service of the East Kilbride line, when I look at the PPM figures and the moving annual average figures, they are generally above the national average. But that's notwithstanding, not to dismiss at all, of course, the concerns that he and Linda Fabiani raise of those, particularly on the overcrowding side. I think that's well recognised in the figures that we see. So I understand why he raises those points. In terms of when it comes to when the independent review will be ready, with the greatest of respect, as an independent review that's taking place, I wouldn't want to be seen to be interfering and saying accelerate that. I have to give Nick Donovan, who's a well-respected railway expert, the time to complete his review, but he does understand that there's some urgency around this. So when those findings come to me, of course, it will be for ScotRail to decide how that is appropriately shared with members across the chambers. In terms of electrification of the line, dualling of lines, I have said to the member before that, of course, it is for local authorities, for regional transport partnerships to put together a business case, to put together, to go through the STAG processes, to go through the GRIP process, and therefore present that fully robust business case and then come to the government. And there's opportunities, of course, with Control Period 6 coming up soon for further rail enhancements. But it would be for the local authority, the RTP and others and the promoters to take the initiative. What I would say gently to the member, just to conclude, is that when it comes to funding new railway stations or new railway projects, we're not helped by the fact the UK government is slashing our railway budget for Control Period 6 by at least now £400 million.